Good morning, Sabra Johnson. Met him at the world famous City Classic Cars. I was saying that when we weren't even famous. See, you gotta speak greatness over your life. World famous City Classic Cars, iconic, epic, legendary. And I was believing that. I believed that when I had a hard time getting my first commercial car. But I remember a car came in. I'm talking to you today about greatness. I'm talking to you today about what it's like to walk in the room of your own greatness. Why am I sharing this? Because I want to inspire you, man, to sit at the table of the opportunity that God has for you. I want to inspire you to walk in the room of possibilities that God has destined over your life. But I want you to understand what it takes to walk in that room. I want you to understand what's going to happen when you sit down to that table. You know, T.D. Jakes, boy, he put a good sermon out many years ago. Probably been 25 years now. But he talked that thing. It was good. It was good. Can you stand to be blessed? Can you stand it? Can you take the blessing that God has for you over your life? Can you take it? Let me tell you something. It's hard. If you haven't been prepared for this, if you're not positioned for this, being at the top, man, it's hard. It's hard because everybody gunning for you. But everybody want to be at the top till you get there. Everybody want all the money till you get the money. Will Smith said it great like this. He said, you know what? I'm in a unique place. I'm in a place where I can buy anything I want in the world. I can buy anything I want. But what's unique about that is I understand that nothing I can buy can make me happy. He said, I wish everyone had that opportunity, but some who don't have the opportunity, they believe if they just had the money, they could be happy. He says, I'm here to tell you, I got all the money, and I'm not happy. I guess we can see from the slap he wasn't happy. So, but what I'm getting at is this greatness thing. And it's not just for the car builder. It's for the mom out there. It's for the dad out there. It's for the school teacher out there. It's for the truck driver out there. It's the one who's just starting their business. It's the one who's just coming out of prison. It's the one who's just coming out of addiction. I want you to know you can make it to the top. I want you to know you could be the next great story. You know, we quote all these stories in the Bible. You know, all these great stories in the Bible. And we love the story. What about Jonah? Jonah in the belly of a whale. What about that? Or was it a fish? We love the story of Jonah. And so we talk about Jonah and what Jonah went through. Jonah made a bad decision. Jonah was unwilling to walk out his greatness. Then we tell the story of Nehemiah. Nehemiah was on the wall. Nehemiah was on the wall. But he was on that wall, Nehemiah 6:3. He said, I cannot come down. Why should the work stop? Well, I couldn't. Boy, that's real good. That's real good. Yeah, but they were trying to kill him. Y'all forgot about that part of the story. He was on top of the wall and they was trying to kill him. Why did they want him to come down? So they could kill him. You know, Job, man, God gave Job everything he had back. God bless Job. Boy, I'm like Job. But did you remember the part where he lost everything? Did you remember that part? You know, Isaiah 54:17. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Any tongue that rise up against me, well, that didn't make you shout. But it didn't say the weapon wouldn't be formed, did it? What I'm trying to help you understand is, if you want to make it to the top, this is how AC/DC said. It's a long way to the top, baby, if you want to rock and roll. They say, I've been lied on. I've been robbed. I've been beat up. I've been stoned. And then he talks about, he said, I've been took. And then they say in that verse that I like that part. He said, hey, it's harder than it looks. AC/DC. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. So I want to bless you. I want you to make it. I want you to dare walk in the room of your destiny. I want you to walk that thing out. I want you to see greatness over your life. There's nothing too good for you. There's nothing too great for you. There's nothing my God can't do in your life. There's a purpose. There's a calling that God has over your life. Yes. What about your business? Yes. What about the aftermarket? Man, that's part of it. That's part of my story. I tell people all the time, I am restoration. I am restoration. I'm the biggest in the game. I am the Restoration King. A lot of people think I'm talking about cars. They think I'm talking about a car. When I say I am the Restoration King, I'm saying, hey, the greatest one who could talk about the redemption of the Lord, the greatest one who could talk about the grace of the Lord is the biggest sinner. See, that's the king. You know, remember the lady broke that alabaster box? So in the Bible, it talks about a lady who broke the alabaster box. this special oil, poured it over Jesus, and they said, man, why would you squander that? Boy, if you knew what I've been through. See, if you knew who he was loving today, if you knew who he was restoring today. You know, we quote Paul all in churches all over the United States and all over the world. Paul. Paul wasn't nothing but a low-down, dirty scoundrel, man. You remember Paul? See, Paul was a hitman till he ran into the hitman from Galilee. See, the Holy Spirit hit Paul, man. It hit him, stopped him in his tracks. He went from killing Christians to saying, I am one, and I'm going to grow this church. See, ain't that something? Now, theologians and pastors, you'll say he really was the 12th disciple. He really was the one who was supposed to replace Judas. But they got a little happy. But that ain't what I'm talking about today. This ain't Bible study. This is about your business. Because I want you to know God is intimately involved in your affairs. God is intimately involved in your life. I just want to tell you, man, it's hard at the top. But come on. It's rough at the top. But come on, man. Come on, get yourself together. Prepare yourself for this. And I want you to understand the providence of God. God has already prepared you for this. Says a young boy, my cousin, talked about he used to have to kick me up out of the bed to go to the shop. He had to get me out of the bed. Oh, Adam, he get me up out of the bed. Man, come on, man. Told you to be ready when I come. Here I am, 10, 11 years old. I'm looking at it like, man, boy, if I was big, I'd whoop you, boy. If I was big, I'd whoop you, man. Man, get your butt up. He jacked me up out of the bed. And then we had to go sit at the shop. Now, do you think an 11-year-old boy want to go sit at the shop? Now, I want to sleep a little bit later Saturday. Then I want to watch them cartoons. Fat Albert coming on. You ain't got no TV at that shop. But that's what happens. See, God will develop you. Then I got a little bit older. Come on, man. Drive the car. He going to sleep. Man, if I was big, I'd whoop you. I got to drive all the way to Florida. I got to drive 6 hours. He over there asleep. Then he'll wake up. How far are we? I mean, if you was up, you would know. Don't you think? He gonna sleep. Okay, well, you stay asleep over there. Then I get to the auction, man, and I feel a little uncomfortable. I'm the only little speck look like me and my cousin and a couple more. And then he get out, got that Rolex watch on, got them ballet shoes on, and he walking in and stick his little chest out. And then a couple other brothers come up and got their Rolex watch on, and they stick their chest out. And say, now let's play some cards. What we buying today, Chevrolet and Fords? No, we buying BMWs, Mercedes, and Porsches. That's what we buying. God exposed me to it, see? He exposed me to it, of what it looks like. So I want to deposit in you what it looks like today. And the main thing I want to tell you, you got to walk in that room. You got to dare walk in the room, tell me what it looks like. I can't speak your greatness for you. Yeah, I can't speak it for you. Lady prophesied over my life as a young man. She prophesied over my life. She said, son, she laid hands on it. She said, son, your name will be in lights. Son, people will talk about you all over the world. I said, boy, son, some of the talk gonna be good, some of the talk gonna be bad. Son, some people make the news. Some people watch the news. God has designed for you to be a newsmaker. Man, long time ago. All of this is part of it. Can you walk in the room of your own greatness? Can you sit down at the table that God got for you? Now, wait a minute. You say, oh, yeah. What he say? He prepares a table for me in the midst of what? Mine enemies. Now, go sit at that table. How about that? Walk through that trouble. Sit down at that table when they all talking about you because they want to beat you. Sit down in your king spot. Put your crown on your head. I want to be the king. Where everybody want to kill the king. Everybody what? Take over the kingdom. You sure you want to be the king? I just want to tell you, baby, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Last thing I said, I got to get out of here. You better learn to love that hate, man. That's my theme music. That's my, man, I put that dap on, walk on then. I put that stuff in my body when I hear that hate. I'm dysfunctional like that. I love it. It wake me up. It made me stick my chest out. Made me rock my head a little bit, you know? Had a chance to go to Colorado football game. Colorado played Texas Tech. My daughter go to Texas Tech. I sat there on the Texas Tech side. I was for them. I got there early with my popcorn, baby. My wife sit there I'm watching them. Wow, what I want to see? I want to see how they walk into a den of hate. I want to see how you walk into a hostile environment. These folks in Texas Tech don't like you, man. They don't like your swag. They don't like what you about. They going to hit you in the mouth. They going to make you show them down here in West Texas, man. So I want to see how y'all going to do. They going to throw them things at you. They going to throw them tortillas at you. The burrito, whatever it is, they going to throw that at you too. Kitchens, they going to they throw all kinds of stuff. Sodas, everything. But how do you walk into it? And man, I watched the star players. And they warmed up on the sideline. The hate was down here. They could have stayed on their side. What they did, they went down there and warmed up. And when they got down there to that hate, you saw their body moving. I said, yeah, I got that same disease. Yeah, it do you like that. See, it make you, I understand. I understand it make your heart beat. See, it make my heart beat. I love it. I like it. So then Deion Sanders came out. He always run across the field. Been following for years. You go to games in Atlanta. But anyway, and what he did, he threw up that hand. Let me hear. If I'm somebody, tell me. If I'm somebody, let me hear. And when they got to their most staunchest evil, if you will, in the sense of competition, he threw his thumbs up. You're doing your job. You're loving your team, and you hating the greatness that's walking in here to take it from you. I respect that. I understand. Kobe said this way: you gotta learn to hate. You gotta learn to love the hate. In my garage, man, I got cars in there and all kind of stuff, but that's one of my best possessions. I like to look at it. I had it made. And I look at it, man, and I read it. I got other Kobe quotes, but I read it. Love it. He said they don't hate on the good ones. They only hate on the great ones. It's your theme music. It's telling you that you arrived. Listen, you sure you want to be great? AC/DC say it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.